All right, Thomas, you ready to talk about the American Brown Ale?
No, I need 30 minutes. I can't talk about this.
We'll be right back.
It'll seem just like a brief second to you. No, I am. American Brown Ale.
This is the most homebrewable beer, right? It's the one that's essentially created by homebrewers.
Yeah, I think this, if you start off as an extract brewer with the kits, rather than like all grain, which honestly, I've been homebrewing for so long, I forget that extract kits are even a thing.
Sure.
It just doesn't even compute with me. But it is a good place to get started and get like your bearings and your basics and the whole principle and to see if you even like the process. So they have their place. I think they're good. But I think this is the style, probably one of the styles that we sold the most of when I sold homebrew supplies was brown ale, cream ale, IPA. But like if somebody wanted to do their first time, this was a very good place to go.
Sure.
For a number of reasons. One, it's not a ton of ingredients. So even if you got an older kit, the hops were really there for bittering.
Sure.
You didn't have to do any dry hopping. You didn't have to do anything else. It smells good. It's an easy beer. It has enough malt and hops to hide a lot of mistakes. As the great Adam Savage puts it, you can hide your crimes. And also, it's a darker beer, so it doesn't need to come out crystal clear out of fermentation. So it also can be, you can hide your mistakes there too. And anything you do, like I've always said, a brown ale is very hard to do poorly. It's pretty easy to do it pretty good, but to have a truly like exemplary brown ale, like the few breweries who actually do it.
Yeah.
Civil Life would be one in town.
For sure.
They do the best example I've ever had.
Yeah, they do the best brown ale.
It's unreal. It's noticeable.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like it's so noticeable. You react to it, you're like, oh my God, this is what a brown ale could taste like.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're surprised that you're not getting something that's kind of the middle of the road, but you're rarely going to be offended by it. So,
For sure. There are a lot of fine brown ales to be had.
Yes.
There are not a lot of amazing brown ales. And I know that they spent a lot of time, like that's the beer that pretty much got them started, Civil Life, and they spent a lot of time making sure that it was the best brown ale
it is.
You can find.
It is literally amazing. But the good thing about brown ale for homebrewing is you can use, I'll just say it from a brown ale perspective. You can use an American yeast, you can use an English yeast, you can use any number of hops.
Sure.
And pretty much any malts, an extract, just as long as you get it to the right color, and it's not too drastic on hoppy or malty. If you're just hitting like right kind of in the middle, you're going to come up with a decent beer. So I think it's a great style for people to get started on.
Yeah.
And it's extract and homebrew. It's relatively cheap brew to produce. The biggest expense in homebrewing is specialty yeast, and then principally the hops.
Yeah.
Hops is what kills you, and you don't need a ton for this. So yeah, that's about all I have to say on the homebrew front, other than I don't know, brew some beer. I mean, don't have to get crazy with it, but I think it's something that a lot of people should try because I think people get scared off of it. But as I've always said, can you make a cup of tea? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Spend 5-6 hours and you can make beer.
Yeah. Make a big cup of tea.
Yeah.
That will get you drunk.
The brewing part's not hard. It's the packaging part that sucks. But so this is, which one are we drinking? Ellie's?
This is Ellie's. It's in cans now.
It's way better in cans, by the way.
You think so?
I do.
I love cans. I love canned beer.
I'm so glad that it's a thing now. No problem with bottles.
They're fine.
It's just a stupid thing to do. It's been a very long time since I've had Avery Brewing Ellie's Brown.
Yeah, it's been a minute for me too.
This is a solid example.
Yeah.
This is not. It doesn't quite have the fullness of like Civil Life's.
Yeah, it's on the thinner side.
I don't hate it though.
I had a Bell's Best Brown about a week ago.
How was that?
It's really good. I had it on draft, so it's a little bit of a different beast. But
do you like it better than this?
I do, yeah. But this one's year round. Like you can get Ellie's all year. Bell's Best Brown is around for like a month.
Oh.
Because they run Oberon for forever.
I forgot. We need to get our 3 pallets of Oberon in. And don't get me wrong, Oberon's a fine beer.
Sure. It's a beer.
As a Hefeweizen goes, it's a fine. Like, I'll drink one.
No, I think it's an American wheat.
Sure. Sorry. Put me in my place.
It's like a Hefeweizen, but not that much flavor.
So it's an American wheat. It's good. I'd rather have it than a Blue Moon or a Shock Top or whatever else. But
Sure.
anytime I think about a wheat beer, I'm just going like, well, why wouldn't I drink a Belgian wit beer? Like, that's just more interesting. I don't know. But Oberon's good. It's just, I agree with you. Why do they need to produce that 4 to 5 months a year or whatever the hell they do? But people drink it.
They do. But
It's got bright packaging, so people drink it.
yeah, the Best Brown's really good. Cabin Fever from New Holland is like their winter seasonal, so once Best Brown's done, Cabin Fever will potentially be around. That's a really good one too.
Not a ton of people do it.
Brown ales?
Yeah. I mean, Newcastle's always around, but that's like an English brown, and it's those clear bottles. It's always
not in clear bottles anymore.
It isn't?
Oh, it's not in clear bottles. They've done a label change, and it's made
That's right. You told me this. Yeah.
at Lagunitas now.
That's better. Maybe I should. That's weird because the reason I say clear bottles is because I was out on Saturday and it was in clear bottles behind a bar.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. Maybe that's this really old product. I don't know. But that's interesting. I'll have to try it with
I haven't had one since.
Because I used to love Newcastle, but then I discovered that other people make brown ales besides Newcastle on Tynes or wherever the fuck they live in weird England. So that's interesting. That's interesting.
There are some good brown ales around. There's I like that heavy riff Velvet Underground.
Oh, Velvet Underground?
It's essentially a porter. It's a little more robust than a brown ale typically is.
Bit heavy. God, I'm out of the game so long. Doesn't Second Shift make a brown ale every once in a while?
I don't know.
They do. I just can't remember what it.
They might not do it in package, but they might make one.
They did it in 750s, but
I don't remember.
It's probably not very common. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Burr Oak out of Columbia makes a brown ale that's not bad.
That one.
Yeah, there are many.
Yeah. Which is weird because it's a homebrew thing, which is like I think it's pretty easy to do something that's drinkable, and yet almost no one does it because I think it's hard to make it exemplary where people will buy it. So I think maybe fiscally it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, maybe. That Cigar City one, Maduro, that's a good one.
That's a fantastic beer, actually.
Yeah, it's robust.
It is big.
But still, it'd just be nice if Civil Life would put their beer out in the city.
Yes.
In cans.
Yes. But I understand why they're doing it. Everyone has to come there for stuff, and they get to rip a great profit margin. But
sure.
I think they were going to go down that path before they had problems with the city trying to get their extra space built.
Yeah, so. I've heard that, and I think they're not super fans of their distributor that they're with.
Yeah.
Because you can get them at on the Illinois side.
Yeah, they're with Major.
Yeah, I don't know who they're with in Illinois.
Yeah. Interesting.
But yeah,
I can see that.
It's a bunch of bullshit that prevents you from getting canned American Brown.
Well, I know how you can get some. You go down to Holt Avenue. You get yourself some cans. Bring cash. No, wait. Actually, they take credit cards now. So, hey, thanks.
Even better.
So, I love this style. I mean, there's so many things that are very, very close to brown ales. You go a little bit too malty and too robust, they're into Porterland.
Yeah.
Go a little bit too hoppy, you're essentially at an ESB. Mm-hmm. You go too light,
or a brown IPA.
Yeah.
Do people make brown IPAs still?
God, I don't know. The brown IPA or the Cascadian Dark Ale. Fucking the nomenclature is amazing. I wish this was more prevalent, but then again, I've got good examples, so I don't need many more people.
Yeah, you don't need more than there are.
I've never been a big Bell's brown ale guy. Maybe that's because
they're pretty good.
I could have never had it properly and fresh or whatever, because I've never drank a whole lot of Bell's, if I'm honest.
Yeah, that
was a brew I was kind of like always like, eh.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about Bell's just never really clicked with me, but they're fine.
Yeah, I'm not disparaging them. It's just for some reason that's like a hole in my swing kind of thing where I'm like, I just haven't done a ton of it.
I used to think that Bell's was overpriced.
Yeah.
Well,
they were.
They still are, but so many other breweries are so much more overpriced now that they don't seem so bad in comparison. So
yeah.
I think that's maybe why I'm checking them out a little more.
Well, yeah, that was the thing. If you saw, it's the old thing. If you just saw a six pack 12-ounce bottle over $9.99, you're like, ooh, no.
Yeah.
But if you see a 416 over $9.99, you're like, oh, it must be like a weird beer that I'm okay with that being that. It's package bias, I suppose. At least that's what happens with me, because I have that and I have to think like, wait a second.
That's less beer.
Do you want the beer or not? Because why on earth are you going down to, man, I have to pay 30 cents more per can? It's like, do you want it or not?
Right.
So, anyway.
And you know, like a lot of 4-pack 16-ounce packages are over $20 now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what are you gonna do?
I love the 416 more than I like 16 ounces better than 12s.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
One of the reasons is because I want a pint. But also, if you look at the can in my hand, it looks like a disc.
It's a little guy.
Yeah. It's like, oh, are you drinking one of those small sodas? Nope. That's Thomas's giant meat paw around a goddamn 12-ounce can. So some of that's personal bullshit, but I don't know. I like the feel and the look of a 4-pack better.
Do you like the package redo on the Ellie's?
It was always a dog for Ellie's Brown Ale, right?
It was always a chocolate lab.
I like the white can. I like the clean lines of the actual labeling.
Yeah.
And as you know, I'm not a big dog person, but if they had to put a dog on there, a stupid-looking dog is the way to go.
Yep, for sure.
Like, here's the thing. Dogs can be very smart, and they can be very dumb. And they're both great. This is not a dog that learns how to, like, turn a doorknob.
No.
Also, I don't know that dogs can turn doorknobs. They're not velociraptors.
I hope not.
But you get where I'm going. No, I like the can. I like a clean line can. It's very organized.
Yeah.
There's not too much on it.
Yeah.
So I enjoy it. Maybe I should have brewed a brown ale on Friday. Instead, I went with an ESB. We'll find out. It'll be good. No, I like this. Actually, I might have to consider getting some of this because I'm really enjoying this. It's light enough. It's 5.5%. The palate. I'm not going to get palate fatigue after like 2 or 3 of these.
Oh, for sure.
I could drink a 6er for sure.
Oh yeah.
So there's enough interestingness to keep me engaged. So that's the extent of my brown ale knowledge. Because there's not much to critique on it because everyone loves a brown ale.
Everyone likes a brown ale.
That's better. That's actually very, very true. Everyone likes a brown ale. Not everyone loves it.
Yeah, because I kind of go into that in the other segment. You know, I'm like, brown ales are always going to be good, maybe not great.
Yeah.
Like the one exception is that American Brown.
Yes. This is very good. I'm actually taken aback by how good this is. However, and this may be a personal flaw, I could drink the hell out of this in the fall and the winter. Great. I don't really want to drink this in the summer, which is weird because I'm the guy who will drink Guinness in the summer.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that is.
Guinness is so light though.
Yeah. I don't know. This is a beer I would love sitting around like a fire pit.
For sure.
Just cranking them. It's heavy enough where I'm interested when it's winter, but it also has a little bit of a warming action. But I love brown ales more than anybody else. During college, I drank Newcastle pretty much exclusively.
I drink a lot of Boddingtons.
Love Boddingtons.
I just like malty brown beers, man. I like them.
Boddingtons. Not brown.
Man, isn't it? It's in a can. I was drinking out of a can. It's like
it's blonde.
Light. No, it's like light.
No,
brown.
No, it's not. It is yellow.
Really?
It's a pub ale.
Are you sure?
I'm very sure, actually, because it's actually one of my favorite beers. It pours like a Guinness, but it is not brown or black. It is like yellow. Maybe I could give you like copper.
Are you thinking of the can?
No, I'm thinking of the actual ale.
Yeah, it's pretty light.
I don't mean to call you out on your own show.
No, by all means, somebody's got to do it.
Okay, so I would say that's amber or copper.
Yeah.
It's not straw yellow. It's not like a lager, but
it's lighter than I thought it was going to be.
It's reddish.
This picture here, it's like,
let's see.
Oh, maybe it's reflecting. I was saying it's like crystal clear there, but I think it's just reflecting off the glass.
Yeah. It's just that's a great beer.
It is a good beer. Yeah, I like that one a lot.
I wish to God Anheuser-Busch would do something with that. It's such a good beer, and they do nothing.
Is it in the AB portfolio?
Yep.
Of course it is. That's a stupid question. Of course it is.
Here's brands that are in the AB portfolio that they do nothing with. Bass, the original pale ale.
Oh, yeah.
Boddingtons. Beck's, which, whatever, Beck's is Beck's. I'm not really upset if that
sure.
goes by the wayside. But Lef.
Yeah, Lef.
Hugarten.
Yep.
Even Karen Ichiban. Which is
they don't do shit with that.
It blows.
Isn't that the one that got them sued? Didn't they get sued over Kieran Ichiban?
Oh, they've gotten sued over a lot of things.
Yeah.
But
Kieran Ichiban and Beck's.
Sure.
And Lef, actually.
For the life of me, why they don't do... They have Left Left Blonde, and they barely have Left Brune anymore.
I haven't seen Left Brown in 6 months.
For the life of me, I can't figure out why they don't bring over their big bottle series of Left. It's all like that Belgian blonde base or Belgian base. But there's like a whole fruit series.
That sounds awesome.
Like golden, doubles, triples, raspberries, like all, like it's a huge spread of these great big bottles.
Yeah.
And they're all fucking delicious, and we never see them in the States. And I'm just like, why don't you do something with this? Also, drink Left, because I like that beer. Also got a cool glass if you can get hands on those. It's like this chalice. It's very effete. It's great. So, anyway, I'll shut up for now. But what else do you want to talk about?
Well, yeah, I was going to say, we veered off of brown ales, but we stuck with beer.
Well, I'm sorry, we were talking about your favorite brown ale Boddingtons.